Hello guys, welcome to Hatchspot Economic. Hatchspot. Okay, it's me, your girl Connie, and thank you for being here. If you haven't done so already, please hit the like and subscribe button right there. And also be sure to hit that notification bell so you can be notified of all of my new videos. So I want to say thank you to everyone. My channel is growing very fast. I'm also working on doing Patreon, so I'm going to be going into courses for entrepreneurship. I do HR consulting, counseling, career counseling. So those all are going to be services offered on Patreon. So definitely check me out there. I just started it, and I think it's great because a lot of people have contacted me for one-on-one counseling, career coaching, life coaching. If you look at my videos, I'm all about masterminding your existing life skills and making that money for women of color. So if you're interested, look for me there. I'm going to link my Patreon in the description box as soon as it's up and running. And also just saying a big thank you to everyone and all my viewers, even the ones who are a little bit salty, and all my subscribers. So I appreciate everything. But I primarily want to make this video to respond to something that was in my comments. I do review every single one of my comments. I try my best to reply to all of the reasonable comments, but today was special because I actually got a very weird comment, very angry, and the person said that they're blaming women like me for, other black women marrying out of their race, and they're look at what happened today with Prince Harry. So first of all, my channel is only a month old. My channel is not that old. I started it probably a month ago, but I didn't put anything into it. I was so busy with work. But so many people were telling me, all the information I was sharing about investing, stocks, and real estate for women of color can be really impactful. So they pushed me and they motivated me to start my YouTube. So it's not even possible for me to have an impact on women of color marrying out. So I mean, I get a lot of angry messages, and I come on, I'm 38 years old. I've been in retail, a director, HR. People have called me every name in the book. So it's not like, I'm super sensitive. You cannot be sensitive and be in the corporate business world. You cannot be soft. Nothing will tear you apart like corporate. So that's not something that affects me. But, I've always made a pledge never to respond to trolls and never to respond to them. But today, that message, I don't know, for some reason, that one kind of got me a little bit confused. Not even angry. I'm just really I'm starting to say, like, are these children that are answering to my comments, or answering to my YouTube? Are these really grown black men? I don't know what to say anymore. So let me just tell you really fast what I think. My father is black. My brother is black. My parents been married for over 40 years. I'm not the product of a broken home. I'm successful. I have 2 degrees. I have a master's and a bachelor's. I've worked my entire life. I believe in hard work and dedication. I don't have anything negative to say about black men directly towards me. I just don't. But what I do want to say is facts. I've been very fact driven. I'm a big data nerd. So I do believe in keeping my site as factual as possible. People like to contest the facts. I use sources like the Census Bureau, the Labor Department, anything United States government, big colleges, and I reference check them, news publications like the New York Times, and I still go out of my way and reference check them. So what I'm going to say is hard. And it's almost something my father echoed, but it needs to be said. If you're a black man, I'm sure you've heard the phrase king, and black men like to be king. And actually, the guy that sent that email to me, his name was King something something. And I'm sure it's a fake channel because there's nothing on it. It was completely blank when I clicked on the name to see who this person was or get an idea. And he said some pretty flavorful things about me. And I expect that. But he blamed me for women like me, for Prince Harry marrying Meghan. And normally I wouldn't even look at the time of day. I wasn't even considering doing a video about that, because it has nothing to do with my channel. That's Great Britain. It's the United States. We're in the United States. But he seemed very angry. I deleted the entire thing. I should have read it out loud, but it was a lot of curses and bedwenching and stuff like that. So this is what I have to say. If black men are so interested in watching my channel, this is a video for you, black men. This is for you. You can watch this and you can leave all the salty comments. If you want to be a king, you need to look up the word king. King is a ruler, imperial, royal. A king is someone that is in charge. A king is someone that is in charge, despite whether it's good or bad, despite whether it's a winning war or a losing war. If you are the king, you are royalty. And that means that cannot be shaken if you don't like what's happening. So if you're a king and your kingdom's running amok, if you're a king and your kingdom is crumbling, your people are starving, peasants are taking over, you are responsible. What kind of king are you? I'm trying so hard. You have me here confused. I'm struggling for words. What kind of king are you? If you're a king and you are in charge and you're an alpha male, you have to take responsibility for the things happening in your community, or you're no king at all. What kind of king are you, Joffrey from Game of Thrones, little puss that when things start happening, he wants to run and hide with his mom with Tommen? Like, if you don't watch Game of Thrones, you won't know. But what kind of king is that? If you're a king, you take accountability regardless of what's happening. If you're a king no matter even if you're winning or losing. So if you don't like what's happening in the black community, if you don't like the fact that black women aren't marrying black men, which is ridiculous, because if you're truly worried about people marrying out, you need to look in the mirror, because your fellow male gender is doing it quadruple. Black women are only at 4% at interracial marriage. And I know some of you don't like numbers, you don't like the white man's evil math, but this is the actual truth. Black women have just begun, because it's gotten to the point where we're not getting married, but we're having babies. We're having babies and we're getting poorer. We're doing everything else. We're going to school, we're working hard, we're getting a PhD, we're getting a master's, we're getting a bachelor's. Forbes has us as the #1 entrepreneur growing segment in America. That, US Newsweek has us as the most educated segment in America. And no matter what we do, it's just not enough. It's like we don't even exist. So that's just one part of the leg. Then on the other part of the leg, black men are kings, refuse to acknowledge there's not enough kings for everyone. For whatever reason that may be, that's just the facts. I don't argue about the what, when, or how. I'm arguing about the facts. And the facts of the matter is, the numbers just don't add up. So if you can show me some type of demographic that's going to be plausible to that, then we can go ahead and discuss it. But the facts are there are 2 million more black women than black men. There are 2 million more. There are 2 million more. So just like you saw in that ABC News Dateline clip that I have, if every single black man married every single black woman, you would still have 2 million black women that are not married. And what gets me so upset is that black men aren't marriage minded. Black men typically aren't looking for a wife. If you were, you'd be in wife heaven. There's so many black women who are looking, they're single and they don't know. But now it's coming to a time when social media is flooding the ways with information. Social media is making hard for people and liars to hide. And even if you go on the channel, there's a lot of black men who have negative things to say about black women, more so than black women and black men, which is it's just sexist in a way, because black men are the #1 people marrying out of the black race. So on one hand, they're mad if we do it, but on the other hand, if they do it, they want to curse us out and send Connie emails and talk to my channel that's based on demographics, economics, and statistics about Harry, who has nothing to do with me. Harry's in England. So it has nothing to do with me. And if you want to be a king, and I'm talking to you, if you want to be a king, it means you're in charge at all times. So if you don't like what's happening in your kingdom, if your king is running amok, that is you, son. That's all you. If your kingdom's not going well, that's you. If I'm a queen and I say I am the queen, I have to take accountability for that no matter what is happening. So if all my kings are going crazy, I have to sit back and say, I need to fix this no matter the cost. Not sit down, not sit down, but take off my crown, get off the throne, walk down the stairs and look around and be like, this shit's fucked up. Yo, it's you, son. It's you. You can't want to be a king and curse out your subjects. You have to make those changes. And if you refuse, then you're going to continue to have this clash. If you refuse to acknowledge facts, if you refuse to acknowledge data, if you refuse to acknowledge the fact that black men are not getting their education, black men are not being leaders in their community, and they're full of excuses. So racism is never going to go away. Of course, racism is there. I'm a black woman. You think I don't have racism? I can tell you racist stories for days. I can tell you stories where I've been discriminated against. Don't let the weave and the makeup fool you. I have had stories where I could have been crying a mile, but I said, I'm not going to be a victim. I'm going to fight. I'm gonna be successful no matter what. How do you think I feel as a black woman getting a master's from Cornell and getting a bachelor's and still losing jobs to Becky, who didn't have my education? How do you think I felt working for businesses? I used to work 10, 12 hours a day. And when there was a promotion, you think I was considered? I lost promotions to people who probably didn't even have a high school diploma. So how do you think I feel? Did I go there and say, white man, white man? The white man who is racist will always be racist. I had to focus on what I can do. I had to focus on what I can do in that situation. I had to focus on my best. And that's why I got into real estate. And that's why I got into medical sales. And that's why I got into HR consulting. And that's why I started doing independent work. And that's why I got into event planning and wedding planning and proposal planning. I said, fuck this shit. Nobody's going to stop me from this money. Money, 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 money. Nobody's going to stop me. And is it fair? Oh, hell no. But we need to take accountability for what we can do. You can always bring awareness to social injustice. I don't stop. I still talk about it. The racism, discrimination, the oppression. I still talk about it. I give speeches on what racism is. I give speeches on how white people cannot be racist, because racism in the cultural sense means oppression and suppression of a people. And we don't have those numbers in the majorities, in the legal system, in the judicial system, in the electoral system. We don't have that to be able to enact laws that say you can't go here. We don't have that to be able to enact laws. Like, we are a race of people where there were laws specifically made against people of color. And I keep telling people, if you focus on that, you're not going to get anywhere, because that's never going to go anywhere. That's a constant. You got white people who don't like other white people. You got Hitler who killed Jews. There's so much complexity to racism and suppression and oppression and the caste system and money and monetary. It's just a fucking hot mess. You have to focus on you and your abilities. That's what kings do. I must be a king, because nobody's going to stop me. I'm not a victim. Nobody's going to suppress me. But the sad thing is, when I look back at black men and they don't support black women, when I see black women who are clearly in love, having babies, being demonized as unfit mother and unwed mother, and there's videos calling black women bastard makers. Are you kidding, black men? That means all of you are bastards, because over 70% of you are born to mothers who aren't married. Do you even know what you're saying? Is your mom married to your dad, idiot? Is most of your male black friends married to your parents? And I'm talking to you as a woman who has a strong father figure. I'm talking to you as a woman who has a strong brother figure. My family is 100% Caribbean. I'm the first one born in this country. So when you're going to sit here and tell me about I'm a king, I'm a king, I'm a king, and you just want the title, you don't want the responsibility. Do you know what a king? A king means you die for your country. You die for your subjects. And there's no more victimized. Now when you have black men running around the NFL, running around the NBA, running around in baseball, running around in all kinds of sports, dominating. Look at Kaepernick. Where's the kings then? Look at Kaepernick. Or how many black kings are helping him? You can shut that whole shit down. Every black man, every black king should stop playing football and saying, yo, bring our brother back on. This guy is biracial. And you guys are like, oh, when you're biracial, you're not really black. But he's acting more kingly than you, who's claimed to have 100% Nubian roots. It's a shame. And that's what I'm talking about. And you know what's so sad? I had black men, I'm not going to say names, emailing me in private who are like, upset that people are even attacking my channel, saying, you know what? I have a black man who watches this channel, and he said, you speak so well. You're keeping it so, no pun intended, black and white. So for instance, this particular guy, he graduated from Stanford. He's African American male, black mom, black parents, and he's gotten into the corporate world. But he said, Connie, I have no networking. Connie, I've been trying to get this promotion for over a year. What can I do? Connie, there's nobody caping for me in the boardroom. He told me that he has nothing to go on. And he's been doing the top tier work, getting the best reviews. So instead of you worrying about women like me or CK beyond black and white, instead of you worrying about what we're saying, go and build your empire. There's enough of you. There's enough money. The black race is worth $1.5 trillion. That is what black spending power is projected to be by 2022. A race that can spend $1.5 trillion is nobody's victim. Nobody. You can have adversaries. You can have racists and bigots and assholes. You can have fucking racist ass cops. Please, don't get it twisted for 1 second. Even white people are sick of some white people's fucking bullshit. But it takes action. It takes power. It takes you using what you have 100% and being accountable for that. If you're going to sit down and complain about racism, you're going to die complaining about racism. It's never going to end. If black people wanted to put a stop to racism, if every black person don't shop in the United States for 2 weeks, no groceries, no gas, no food, no weave, no wigs, no makeup, no shoes, no bags, no Timbs, no nothing. If every black person did an economic sit down, I guarantee you laws would start popping up. You'll have your congressman coming right to your door because that's what they understand, the language of money. But that takes unity, that takes order, and that takes kings. And we don't have that. You know who's a king? LeBron. And not because he's King LeBron. He was staying at the Trump Tower. I think one of his friends, they were supposed to stay. When he checked in, he checked out, and everybody checked out. That's a king. Steph Curry, when he got invited to the White House, and he said, hell no. That's a king. He said, these nuts. What's the guy? LeVar Ball, whatever the guy is, when Trump got his son out of China, and Trump got mad because he didn't thank him. He said, I ain't thanking nothing. That's a king. That's where I give it a, you're a king. You're standing up, you're rising up, despite what the feedback can be. If you don't like what's happening inside of your kingdom, and you can't have both. You can't be a king and don't like what's happening inside of your kingdom and insult your own kingdom. And you can't be insulting your kingdom and only want to be a king when it's suitable. It doesn't work that way. To be a king means power. It means dominance. And it means staying as a king and being loyal to your subjects no matter what. You can't have both. You can't diss black women and say bedwench, whore, slut, white man's, whatever. And on the other hand, why are you not marrying guys? Why you can't put black guys? Blah, blah. You know, you got Daquan. Hey. It doesn't make any sense. You can't have both. I always say, listen to men. If a guy is telling me he don't like black women, he complaining about black women, I'm like, okay. You don't think we have options? All right. It's up to you. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not about anger. It's about response. And then you have black men who don't want to acknowledge that black women are getting victimized and sexually abused and sexually molested and rape and homicide. I said that, you know, our numbers are double or twice. And the black guy was like, that's not that bad. Like, you have to listen to the subjects in your kingdom. You have to respond to the subjects in your kingdom. That's how you keep your crown. Do you not watch Game of Thrones? Do you not see what's happening? You can't just rule a kingdom and say, fuck everybody except for me, and tilt that crown and walk out. That's not how things work. You have to please your subjects. You have to listen to your subjects. There has to be a compromise. If black women are not getting married, they're going to find somebody to marry. Don't you know who the black woman is? Son, don't you know who she is? 400 years of slavery, breeding this country's men, surviving by herself, double racism as a woman and a black woman, seen as a man. Don't you know who she is? She's going to survive. You don't want to marry her? You don't want to build with her? She's going to find someone to do that. And if you want to make excuses as to why you can't, she's not going to hear it no more. She's going to be like, blah, 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 blah. And she's going to go to where the ring is. So you can sit there with your Bible of excuses and air her out, or be a king and protect her and lead her and take her under your wing. You can sit here and make excuses and say, well, that's why we like white women, when it's clearly indicating that black men who marry white women have a higher divorce rate. And you lose half your wealth when you do. This is not me making this up. So you need to either accept the facts, be accountable, and rise. When Martin Luther King first came out with his peaceful movement, a lot of black people said he was doing too much. Read the history. You had black people that were working undercover for the FBI and the CIA to take down Martin Luther King. It was just printed a few weeks ago when Trump released some of the JFK documents. Alongside it was our government trying to get Martin Luther King to commit suicide. Look it up. Government tries to convince Martin Luther King because he was doing too much. And that was not even possible unless there were black sleeper cells inside of his own movement. And he knew there were some, coon ass black people that was like, you doing too much. Even today, you hear some pro-black people talking about, oh, he wanted to integrate. That's why he made us weak. Absolutely no gratitude towards the man that made us not have to live by separate and equal. You got some idiot saying, I want us to be segregated. Into what? Into what? Nothingness? Nothingness? Because if you look in our neighborhoods now, Dominicans, Puerto Ricans, Chinese, Asians, Korean, Vietnam, like everybody's coming into our neighborhood as minorities and making money off of us. How kingly is that? So this is my message, that you can't want to be a king and send me all these crazy messages in YouTube and I'm laughing at you and I'm screening them. So you're wasting your time. It's not going to get posted, dude. You're not going to disrespect me on my own YouTube. I'd rather hold all my comments than let one comment come out where you're acting crazy. I don't care how big my channel blows up. And it's about taking accountability. What do you think my father says? What do you think my brother says? You think they're upset? They know the truth. You're not marriage minded. You're not looking for a wife. You're not looking to build generational wealth. You're not looking to build a legacy. Not all black men, but enough. Enough. And if you're complaining about Serena, you're complaining about Meghan and Harry, and you're blaming women like me for Meghan and Harry, which makes no sense. My channel's brand new, and that did get me a little bit triggered. I'm like, why am I getting blamed for a marriage happening in England? Why am I getting this really graphic comment? Thank God I had review checks on my YouTube, and that's why I had to put that in there. I was like, holy cow, this guy went to town. He was all in his feelings. Was he having his period? This is not the behavior of a king. I suggest you watch 300. You saw what happened in 300. He led his men to death, but in truth, he led them to victory. He'd rather die as a king than live as a peasant. He took 300 and that was it. I know it's a movie, but the whole idea is being a man and being masculine and being able to embrace that. I don't think you guys understand what king means. It's just a cool word so you guys can high five each other and feel good and oh my God. And you have so many sites and so many websites that like to, yeah, king, but the reality is you're not, because kings don't curse off their subjects. Kings don't walk around and be like, this shit's fucked up, as if they're not in charge. I'm a director. If my company starts going crazy, if I start getting HR lawsuits and HR issues and people start, blaming each other for sexual harassment and all kinds, if my shit goes haywire, you think I could walk around and be like, damn, this HR department is fucked up, yo? That's you, son. That's you, son. That's all you. And I have to find a way, whether I like it or not, like Malcolm X, by any means necessary, to fix it, because it's my responsibility. That's what kings do. And if you don't want that, then don't be a king. Put the crown down. It's going to be okay. Put it down. Walk away. Step away. Because if you're going to challenge the black woman and say, nobody wants you, or you're a bedwench, or all the colorful things I've gotten in my email, if you're going to say I'm using the white man's data, but then you want to use the white man's data on other things, if you want to try to twist it around, it doesn't matter. It's not working. Obviously, it's not working. You got to do something to fix it. That's what kings do. Not say, this is why it happened. Quack, 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 quack. You could spend the next 10 lifetimes wondering why things happen. What can we do to change it? How can we do better going forward? What do black women want? Let's listen to them. But you can't say, fuck black women, stop having sex with them. Literally, stop fucking black women. Stop getting them pregnant. If you're very unhappy with the nature of black women, you hold the seed, son. It's down there. You hold the key. Don't put it in halak and don't turn. If you're that unhappy, if I was a black man and I don't like black women, I'm not going to have sex with you. I'm not going to get you pregnant. I'm not going to want this person I can't stand to be the mother of my children. That's an oxymoron. That doesn't make any sense at all. So what kind of king is that? That's like a king going to invade a country, bring the troops, bring the army, and say, you know what? I really didn't want to invade this place. Let's go. Really? You're going to waste all that time, money, and resources and troops just to walk away? That's how stupid you look complaining about black women. If you got a baby mother, if you have a black child, if you have a black girlfriend, it makes absolutely no sense. You are entitled. Listen to me, black men. You are entitled to your opinion, but make it be consistent. The key word is make it be consistent. If you don't want to mess with black women, you think we're the worst, and don't do it. Do me a favor. Do my tax dollars a favor. Don't get her pregnant. Okay? Don't. Go away. If you're unhappy, go away. That's all. You are entitled to feel disgusted, upset, how any way you want to. But you don't have to. Go away. That's all you have to do. If you're unhappy, you hate this, that, baby bastard, baby maker, then go live your life and be peaceful. You know, I've never listened to an anti-black woman channel. There is no comments by Hatshepsut Economics. There's no comments by me on any black man's channel saying negative, because you're entitled to your opinion. But I'm not going to be a bitch and go on, oh my God, I'm so angry. I'm not even going to be engaging in that. Use that time and energy to truly be a king. Use that time and energy to network. Look at stock markets. Look at the real estate markets. How can I invest? Look at the tech markets. You know, what can I do right now to increase wealth? Advertise online, advertise on Instagram, create a service, do a life service, you know, do something that you can do, write a resume, write a book, write an ebook, do something, but don't waste your time and energy engaging in things that are frivolous. That's what kings do. Kings prioritize. Kings look at the bigger picture. Kings look at the bigger picture. Not just walk around with a crown and it's shiny, or like to hashtag king. That's not it. If you keep denying it, it's going to be a serious serious things happening. If you keep denying it, you have to stop. It's not cool just to say king, but you want no accountability for your kingdom. It's not cool to say king and your subjects are complaining and your queen is unhappy and you're like, fuck all of you. That's just not cool. That's just not good leadership. That's not what kings do. Kings look for solutions. They look at the bigger picture. They want to win. And are you having a winning plan? Is this how you're winning? So, you know, it's hurtful because it's not a legacy in worthy of my father. It's not a legacy worthy of my brother. These guys are dominant. They're going to make it. They're going to connect. They're like, hell no. No matter what's in my way, I'm going to be happy. And the reason why you see so many black women, you know, waking up and so many black women saying, hey, what's wrong? Black women just want marriage. They're traditional. They want a husband. They want a lover. They want a provider. They want somebody that's going to respect them. They want a king. Kings don't have bastards. You're not a king if you make bastards. You're a fucking loser. Kings make princes and princesses. That's what kings do. Don't you watch Game of Thrones? You have true-born children. Who's carrying on your legacy? You die tomorrow, who's carrying on your name? Don't talk to me about king. Don't talk to me about king. Who's carrying on your legacy? Do we even know what a legacy is? Hint, hint, hint. It's not a new Lexus. It's not a Maxima. It's not a car. Legacy is what you pass down. Do you even think on that realm? Do you even understand? I watched Damon Dash the other day, and he was on the Breakfast Club, and he was trying to talk to the show hosts, and they couldn't even grasp the idea of living, working, and planning for your legacy, for your son, generational wealth. They couldn't even grasp the idea of what it meant to be a king, a man, your own boss. They were struggling. Watch it. Damien Dash, be your own boss. Hash, look it up, look it on YouTube. And that's what kings do. That's what kings do. And this is not me throwing shade. It's you have to look at the numbers. Black men are not attending college. That is your power. You don't want to go to college? Fuck college. Because I don't think college is shit for black people. Fuck college. I went to college, got 2 degrees. Fuck college. Open up a dry cleaners. Get Daquan, Deshaun, get Kimore, get all them guys together and put that money together. If you're doing illicit stuff, use that money to invest in the stock market, in the housing market. Do something. But you can't sit down and keep saying, woe is me, woe is me. It's going to be really woe is you. You don't see gentrification? You're going to be living in space after a while. They're buying up all the poor places in the hood. You better get your life together. The black women starting to notice, oh shit, these white boys will marry me. These Asian boys will marry me. These Spanish boys will marry me. While you there making videos that she don't got options. You could keep saying that while we're becoming princesses. While real kings are marrying black women. How you like that? Real kings are marrying black women. Prince Harry, who could be a king one day, is marrying a black woman. Her mother is black. She's biracial. I don't know why all this biracial craze is coming. Obama's biracial. You never heard that term. They were dragging this woman through the British media, saying so much racial undertone things. And as soon as she gets that ring on the finger, what they said she would not get because she is black, now they want to say biracial. Fuck out of here. Dragging her. And now black men are seeing that white men are looking at women of color. What you gonna do? Princes, kings, real kings are looking. What are you gonna do? And if you're a black man and you are doing what you have to do, I give you a hand. You're getting your education. You're opening a business. You investing. You're a real estate broker. I'm giving you a hand. If you're doing what you got to do, you can kindly, gracefully bow out and pause this video. You don't have to watch it. But I'm talking to the black man that's saying I'm a king and doesn't realize the great responsibility it takes to be a king. The great responsibility economically, the great responsibility socially, the great responsibility financially, the great responsibility intellectually. It's not easy to be a king. It sounds nice, but it's not easy. It's like getting your PhD. It sounds nice to say, I got a doctorate, but it's a struggle. So you just can't want to be a king because it sounds nice. You can't just want to be a king because it looks cool on your hashtag. It's truly a king. Just ask Martin Luther King. Ask real kings that make real decisions. The fact that the NFL is over 70% black and we can't dominate that shit. Have you heard the racist shit the owners have said? The black man was like, the white guy, I don't know, one of the owners, I'm not a football person. I am, but not to that extent that I know the names. But one of the guys was saying, you can't let the prisoners run the prison? What? You can't let the prisoners run the prison? And then you have other people making negative comments, racist comments. Black men should have striked for at least a week from the NFL, a month from the NFL, and teach them a lesson that we do run this shit. You're nothing without our athleticism. Who are you going to get? A bunch of, rabbits to play in the NFL? Who are you going to get? Who are you going to get to play in the NFL? If you say all this racial things and black men is like, you know what, these nuts, we're out. Let's all go to Cancun. Let's all go to Mexico and have some drinks. Like, seriously, the power is there. You have to reach out and take it. You cannot have a people that's worth $1.5 trillion. That's why I made this channel. You need to get awareness. Black people, we are worth $1.5 trillion in spending power. That's a lot of money. The American economy is about 17-18 trillion. That's a chunk of the American economy. You want to make change? Don't buy. You want to make change? But don't buy from Louis Vuitton. Don't buy from Chanel. Don't buy from Ferragamo. Don't buy from Christian Dior. Don't buy from those places because they don't hire black people. Don't buy from certain companies. Just don't buy. And you let them know, hey, we're not buying from you because we're discriminatory. And I'm not saying these people, these actual companies, I'm using them for an example. But I'm pretty sure if you research, you'll find similar industries with similar statistics, with similar demographics that have real diversity and inclusion problems. How do I know? I'm an HR director. If I made a video of all the stores that have discriminatory issues, it could be for 2 hours. So if you want to be a king, you truly be a king. And it's money, power, respect. She tried to tell y'all money, power, respect. Money, power, respect. It's not that hard. First you get the money, then you get the power, then you will respect you. Little Kim told y'all this. Y'all was singing it back in the day. Y'all know what to do. That's the solution. You can argue with racists online all day. Keep your mouth shut and keep your legs going. That's what I did when I didn't get my promotion. When Becky was like, and I wasn't getting shit, I said, okay, Becky, I'm going to come back 10 times harder. 10 times harder. Who said it? Obi-Wan? If you strike me down, I'll become more powerful than ever. I'll become more powerful than I ever was. I'll become more powerful than before. That's the way you have to do it. That's what kings do. Don't let Prince Harry get you upset because he's a real king that turned a black woman into a queen. Don't let that has nothing to do with you. That's not even America. That's Great Britain. Don't waste your time inboxing women like me and CK because you're upset about that. Black women are only 4% of interracial marriages. If you're truly mad about interracial marriages, if you're watching the video, if you're truly mad, it's black men who are marrying out of control. They're over 15% interracial, and that's only white women. If you count other races like Spanish, Indian, they're 25%, and I have no problem with that. Go to where your happiness is, because we have options. And if you want to keep clowning us, if you want to keep saying no you don't, and bedwench, if you're so hateful, why do you care what I do? If you're so hateful, it shouldn't matter what I do or who I do it with. Should it matter? If you're like, oh, black girls, this and that, so you're dragging me. Let somebody else drag me to bed. Why not? If I'm a black woman and I'm clowning black men and I'm like, fuck black men this and black men that, how dare I? How dare I get mad if I sing with a white woman or Chinese woman? You can't have it both ways. It's not Burger King. It doesn't work that way. So that's where I'm going to end this video. If this is a video that black men want to watch on my channel, if you're that thirsty to watch videos on a woman's channel, you're more than welcome to. I do acknowledge all the wonderful black men like President Obama, all the wonderful black men like Martin Luther King, LeBron James, Steph Curry that stick up and stand for what they believe in, Kaepernick. I salute you. I am not here to demonize. There are good black men like my father. There are good black men like my brother, and they know exactly what I mean. But you have a lot of purging to do amongst yourselves. The purge must begin. There's going to be black men that are not going to help you, not going to liberate you, not going to invest. They're not here to grow a business. They're not here to grow wealth. They're just here to wah, 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 wah. They talk, and don't do shit. And those are the black men who are drawing you down. They get girls pregnant and talk about they're not marrying nobody. Those are the black men who are bringing you down. You can listen to this or ignore it. But even I said, we got to do a black women purge. You got black women who are just not going to be, after a certain point, we got to be like, yo, you coming or you coming? And that's real talk. And black men, you got to do the same. You coming, you coming. You got to be like, baby, are we here? Are we leaving? Are we finished? Or are we done? You got to be using the same verbs twice because it's just not going to work. And this is my message to the kings. Act like a king. Take accountability like a king. It's not about when things are going good. If you're a king, you wear that crown through rain, through sleet, nor snow. Your crown must stay. If not, put the crown down, walk away, and don't call yourself a king. All right? This is the real talk with Hatshepsut Economics. Have a great day. I'm going to go catch my flight now. All right. Thank you so much for listening. If you haven't done so already, hit the like, subscribe button, and look out for my Patreon. I'm going to be giving courses on HR, consulting, employee relations issues, training for entrepreneurship, real estate, investments. We're going to have a good time. Thanks, guys.